right? Yeah. What a beautiful day it is today. This made me so happy. I haven't seen this yet, but the title alone. Well, I had to put my own title on. But yeah. Sidney Cooke. Now I recommend, in fact, I'm gonna look up Sidney, put in John Wedger, JonWedger, and John Wedger. Yeah, Sidney Cooke, spelt like how I've spelt it. And it is the top one on the Sean Atwood podcast. But to be fair, it's a crime theory series where they talk about pretty much nothing but child abuse and child abuse cases in the UK. This is on hit. Well, it's on the West's. The first half is on the West, which again, if you're American and you might not know, but they're probably our biggest, most notorious serial killer child. Yeah. Um. But this Sidney Cooke, he actually they've spelt his name different. But well, anyway, his name. If you watch the whole Crime Theory series with John Wedger, this Sidney Cooke pops up all the time. Whenever there's like a little cover up or whatever, this guy's name, he's somewhere involved. And I didn't actually know he was still alive. Because I thought he was like older, but I think he is older. But he's obviously been sentenced to prison now. But they got him. I was thinking, ain't it funny that in the UK, where prisoners acted out the real justice this man deserves. Like, honestly, this man is a piece of, yeah, and he should have just been killed. But, like I say, prisoners, which I think this should happen to every pedo, yeah, put them in with the rest of the normal population. I'll even go one for you, don't tell them in there what they're in there for. Even if you want to, do you know what I mean? But they'll be found out and they'll be got just like this guy was. But yeah, enough talking. I'm going to call this vile killer pedo Sidney Cooke brutally attacked in UK prison. Let's go. Contains scenes some viewers may find distressing. I don't think so. Music to my eyes.
Killer paedophile Sidney Cooke is battered to the ground in a prison attack by a lag wielding a drinks flask, shocking footage obtained by The Sun shows. The inmate is seen targeting fiend Cooke, dubbed Hissing Sid, in a corridor before bludgeoning him to the ground and knocking him out in a savage assault. Our exclusive video shows him sneaking up on Cooke, seen in a cardigan, shirt and grey trousers, as he studies a notice board. His attacker raises the metal flask above his head, holding its handle with both hands before crashing it down on the notorious paedophile, who slumps to the ground unconscious. After Cooke, 97, falls, the con continues to rain down blows, smashing the flask onto his face 3 more times. Cooke, suspected of involvement in up to 20 child murders, was only saved when another prisoner raced in to tackle his attacker as guards also rushed to the scene.
I bet it was a nonce.
Yesterday, a source said,
I bet it was another nonce that did that. Kevin Lane says that. He tells a story of basically getting in a fight with a pedo and all the other, like, nonces. We call them nonces in the UK. I think it stands for, I don't know, I've heard two. It's not on normal circular exercise. I've heard it's that. Where, yeah, they can't be put in with the other prisoners because they'll get attacked like that. But then I've also heard it's not of normal criminal enterprise as well. Nonce. But yeah, we call them nonces. But yeah, Kevin Lane said that he had a fight with one and then they all come charging at him and he had to have a fight with like loads of them. But yeah, and he's like, and I learned something that day, nonces all stick together. Because did you see as well, the couple of the black lads right? One of them goes over, he at the front, he goes over to help, and then sees who it is, and it's just like, he just sort of was like, couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Unconscious.
Watch him. He
After
comes running
Cook,
up.
97,
Look, goes,
falls,
yeah,
Macon
fuck it.
continues to rain down blows,
He's like,
smashing the flask
him.
onto his face 3
And then they
times.
go over to the guy who did it,
Cooke,
like, get off him
suspected
now.
of involvement in up to 20 child murders, was only saved when another prisoner raced in to tackle his attacker as guards also rushed to the scene. Yesterday, a source said, "This was a really sudden and incredibly violent attack, and Cooke was lucky to survive." He had a long-running dispute with the other inmate who claimed Cooke attacked him, egged on by henchmen. This was his revenge, and it was pretty chilling. It's no exaggeration to say Cooke narrowly escaped being killed. No one really felt sorry for him afterwards, but he was in a pretty bad way and needed treatment in a healthcare unit. Everyone in the prison knows what he's in for and what he's done. He appears to be totally unrepentant and hangs around with like-minded people, which makes him a target. But he'd been arguing with this bloke, and he and a lot of people thought Cooke had got his just desserts with this attack. Cooke hit the floor immediately, and the bloke kept hitting him in the face with a flask. 1 or 2 more blows could have been fatal, especially given his age. It was quite a shocking scene, despite who Cooke is. As Cooke's attacker continued the beating, 3 other lags on the landing looked on. Then an inmate in a grey tracksuit and with dreadlocks raced along the corridor and tackled the attacker off Cooke. A female prison officer was then seen rushing to help, while a male guard trotted down the stairs of the scene of the attack. He helped to restrain the other lag, a man in his 50s, while Cooke lay prone on the floor. Our source
Everyone ran past
Cooke
him.
was saved by the other prisoner, who rugby tackled the bloke off him. He acted on instinct when he saw an elderly bloke was being attacked, but everyone was quite surprised someone had rushed to help him. He ended up arguing with the bloke who had attacked him. He was asking why the heck someone had saved Cooke.
Whoever that was that tackled him off, he's going to have to be moved now. 100%. He ain't going to be safe in there now. Because everybody run past him. All the guards run over to the fight that was happening. Not one person. And like I say, just go and listen to John Wedger's crime. Put in John Wedger, his name. It will come up, and it's Sean Atwood's channel. It will say Sean Atwood. Watch it. The man is, like, they said 20 whatever. That's just what they actually found him for. And like I said, when they said, oh, he sits with all his... That's what's wrong with UK prison. When she said, oh, it doesn't help his case that he hangs out with like-minded people. It's like, nah, they have to, because they all get put in a little cushy wing. And that's how we have paedophile rings running around our country. Because where do you think they all meet? In the nonce wing in prison. And they can all talk about all the horrible things they've done and all the horrible things they plan to do. And yeah, where do you think, like, you get a nonce up in Liverpool, you get a nonce down here, you get nonce in Devon, you get a nonce in Scotland. Where do you think they all met? The same place. When you get criminals in Scotland and you get, do you know what I mean? You get bank robbers in Scotland and bank robbers down here, and they all know each other because they're all in prison together. Do you know what I mean? They all will know each other around the thing. Like you hear Blink knows everyone down here, everyone knows Blink and Paul Ferris and, do you know what I mean? All the rest of the Scottish lot, because everybody's in the prisons together. Yeah. Yeah. That was funny though. That first donk on the head. Donk, and he just collapsed. But just look at it, that, like, it shows you what a vile piece of shit, like, not even the guards stopped to help him. They all run past just to get involved in the fight. Now, all right, maybe you can say because there's a fight going on and the focus should be on that. But that guy, he's lucky it was a flask, because it's not like American prisons. People have weights and everything in there, and people get done with weights, people get done with hot water and sugar in it, people get done with putting batteries, burning batteries and throwing that over people. Anything you can melt will be thrown over someone. So he's lucky he only got a flask. And he's lucky that like I say, the person who rugby tackled him off. Now maybe like a reason why he done it, because it might be his mate, and he might know that his mate, if he gets caught, if he kills him, then he's gonna get, maybe that mate who did it is already basically on life, and she don't know why he tackled him off. It might be his mate, and he might have not done it for Sidney Cooke's thing, but for more the guy who's doing it. Or maybe he said, like, I'm gonna smash his head in. Come on, maybe the guy that rugby tackled him is on serious life charges, and he said, right, if you're gonna smash his head in, tell me when, and I'll rugby tackle it off, and then I'll look good, and I'll get. You never know. Do you know what I mean? You never know why that guy done it. But if he ain't got a good reason for why he done that, I can't. He's gonna have to go on a non-swing too, because people are gonna be fuming. Like Yummy B, I recommend everybody go check out Yummy B. Just put Yummy YAMMYB. Um, but he saved a prison, a female prison worker. I don't know whether, I don't think she was like a guard. I think she was like a counselor. I don't know, or like, yeah, I don't know what she was. But he walked in and one of the inmates was attacking her like that way. Do you know what I mean? Trying to, you know. So yeah, Yami basically jumped on the matey and fought him, and Yami got a pardon from the Queen for it. He got, like, I think he said 270 days off his earliest release date or something like that he got. But yeah, that was great to see. Let's just watch the donk on the head one more time. That was one and do you know what as well? That's another thing I wanted to point out. She's reporting on this, but there is a clear smile behind there. No one's gonna give a shit. They should have just let that carry on and let him get his head smashed in.
A savage assault. Our exclusive video shows him sneaking up on Cooke, seen in a cardigan shirt and grey trousers, as he studies a notice board. His attacker raises the metal flask above his head, holding its handle with both hands before crashing it down on the notorious paedophile, who slumps to the ground unconscious. After Cooke, 97, falls, the con continues to rain down blows, smashing the flask onto his face 3 more times.
Look at all
Cooke,
these fuckings.
Straight past him, straight past him, straight past him, straight past him, straight past him. Another prisoner raced in to tackle his attacker.
These guys
also rushed to the scene. Yesterday, a source said,
yeah, like I say, if that matey weren't in on it somehow and he's trying to get time off or whatever, he's in trouble. He's going to be seriously, yeah, because that's what I was going to say as well with Yami, that he said people gave him shit, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have got involved," when he stopped the woman getting attacked. But yeah, but he said all the elders was like, "Nah, Yami, you did the right thing." He's like, all the older people in the prison was like, "Yeah, all right, they're what they call them, spies for the Queen, but she, at the end of the day, she's a woman, and you had to step in. Like, you done the right thing. Your job was to protect her." But he did say some people give him shit because she's a prison worker. Yeah. But yeah, I have to say I saw this and it made me happy. It made me happy because I've listened, like I say, I recommend that so much. Go and listen to that podcast. And then, because maybe you'll see this and go, "Oh, that's so violent and blah, 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 blah." Just go and listen to that podcast. And not only go and listen to that podcast, because I think that's like Crime Theory 5. I think they're on like, oh, God knows what they're on now. But if you listen to all of them, a common name that pops up in all of these little circles is him. So yeah, on behalf of the British public, to that prisoner, yeah, we salute you. And if I ever become a millionaire, message me and I'll sort you out. I doubt that's gonna happen though, but yeah. as a payback on behalf of the British people. I hope one day I can do that. Or if you're still in prison, or yeah, whatever. But yeah, like I say, whoever that prisoner is, shout out to you. And if I was Prime Minister right now, you'd be getting a medal and you'd be getting released, depending on what you've done, because you might be seriously dangerous yourself, but not towards children or women. But you know, we'll see what we could do if I was Prime Minister. Because I definitely give you a medal. Like, you deserve a medal and you deserve a respect. Yeah, that's the video. Check out that podcast about him. Piece of shit.